Good morning, everyone. Okay, we are here celebrating greatness. So let's do that again. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yes. So my task today is very simple. It is to congratulate all of you awardees because you have done such an amazing job. That's why we are here, to congratulate your triumphs, to congratulate your success. I would like to ask all of us, though, to think about this just a little bit differently. I am going to ask the awardees, I am going to ask the students, the teachers, the parents, everyone who's here, to do something for me. And that is to treat your trials and your triumphs exactly the same. Did you all hear that? To treat your trials and your triumphs exactly the same. What do you do when you have triumphs? You're happy, right? You celebrate, right? You learn from them, right? And then you move on to the next step. You move on to the next thing that you need to do. You move on to the next big thing that you are going to be good at. I'm going to encourage you to do exactly the same with your trials. And let me use myself as an example. I went to Roxborough Secondary School, and that's where I did my CSEC. Shortly after that, I went to Signal Hill. It was then senior secondary, to do my A-levels. Now, after that, I got the opportunity to go to the United States to study. I got into the neuroscience program, neuroscience being the study of the brain, the study of your nervous system. I got into that program at the University of Pittsburgh. And having left Tobago, being what we would call, you know, you go through, you get a whole set of subjects, you get your A-levels, your O-levels, you're going into university. And I head up to Pittsburgh, and I go into my classes. And I can't even remember which class it was. But coming from a situation where, you know, you classify yourself as a bright girl now, I go into these classes at the University of Pittsburgh, and there I am fighting for dead last in every single class. Dead last. And when I tell you fighting, there was one other student and we used to be fighting for dead last. And then I went into another class. This was a class taught by Dr. Stryker. We actually call him the father of neuroscience because many of the things he was teaching us, he actually wrote the book about those things. And at the first day, he comes into the class. This is a big, tall, strapping man. And he says, look to your left. Look to your right. One of those people will not be here at the end of the semester because you will fail my class. And he said it proudly. He said it with authority. He said it as if we knew, oh gosh, I wonder if that one gonna be me. And going through all of that, I had to learn to look at my triumphs the successes that I've had thus far and look at my trials, all of those things that seem to be coming at you left, right, and center, exactly the same way. Celebrating them, learning from them, moving on to whatever the next step is. And I am encouraging you to do exactly that. Because this little bubble that we live in on this wonderful island known as Tobago, it really is a bubble. Many of you would have the opportunity to go on and to go to university, to college, to wherever you want to go. And it would be very, very different from what you are experiencing here. Simple as no longer being a student, but going off to work every day where you have to get up and you have to go and you have to listen to somebody, probably even boss you around, is very different from the bubble that we are living in today. But I am asking you, I am encouraging you to, yes, enjoy the triumphs. Yes, enjoy the success. And yes, like us here today, celebrating those things because you've done wonderful, amazing things. That's why you are here. But use the same energy. Use the same energy whenever the trials come, because they certainly will. Let me give you another one quick example. That same neuroscience class where I was talking about Dr. Stryker being the lecturer, all exams in those classes were open book. All exams in those classes were untimed. What does that mean? They start at 8 and you leave whenever you're done. They start at 8, but you leave whenever you are done. And remember, I said they were open book. We would start at 8, we would break for lunch, we would come back after we took a snack, we would go down, we would break for a little snack around 4 o'clock because you're hungry again. We would finally give up at about 8 o'clock. And most of us still failed this open book exam that was no limit on time. But in that class, I will be the first to admit that I failed miserably. But I learned the most from that class. It made me significantly stronger from that class because I was able to treat the triumphs and the trials exactly the same. At the Tobago House of Assembly, we have the mantra of making this wonderful island the greatest little island on the planet. And we need all of you, every single one of you who's in this building, every single one of you who are on the island, every single one of you who love Tobago, to be a part of that process with us. So you are in 3rd form, 4th form, 5th form, 6th. You are an awardee heading off. You're a teacher. You're a parent. You're just a supporter. You're just here because you're sneaking. Something happening, you're here, Marshall here, and you get to sneak in. Each and every one of you needs to be a part of this process with us. And that is why I absolutely love the theme of today's celebration. And it's up there. Let your dreams be your wings. Let your dreams be your wings. Treating your trials and your triumphs exactly the same. And if we, all of us, Ala Awi, who they are, do exactly that, we will make Tobago the greatest little island on the planet. We will make Trinidad and Tobago the best country in the world, and you would truly have made your dreams your wings. I thank you.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Dr. Faith B.